In the time of the Mexican-American War, the citizens of the U.S. viewed the lands to the west as unclaimed. In reality, Britain had claimed most of the Oregon country, and Mexico had claimed most of the southwest area.
A lot of people had started to adopt the idea of manifest destiny.
This idea caused a lot of people to move west on large wagon trains into Mexico.
These settlers started to overcrowd Mexico.
The Mexican government decided to set up stricter borders around Mexico. And they made the American immigrants mad. Very mad.
War started to become a possibility, but not everyone wanted to fight for Texas, and many Northern Americans were against war. That's because having a war could mean keeping Texas in the U.S.
That seemed like a good thing, but North didn't want Texas because of the fact that it was a slave state.
At this point, the amount of slave and non-slave representatives in Congress were equal. And if Mexico didn't take Texas back, then the people who supported slavery would outnumber the people who didn't. So when he returned, the Northerners in Congress signed a bill to stop any states taken from Mexico from becoming slave states.
Texas, California, and New Mexico for 25
So when he
years.
returned, the Northerners in Congress signed a bill to stop any states taken from Mexico from becoming slave states. So when he returned, the Northerners in Congress signed a bill to stop any states taken from Mexico from becoming slave states.
This stopped most people from being against war, and in that year, President James K. Polk appointed Zachary Taylor to secure Texas.
Soon after the war started, a man named General Stephen Kearny left Texas. 6 weeks later, he and his men captured New Mexico with persuasion. When he arrived at California, Americans had already captured it.
When California was captured, it was called the Bear Flag Revolt. It was called this because the Americans captured California. A flag with a bear on it was raised. This flag was crude and made with blueberries.
Later, General Taylor went to Mexico to fight a battle against the Mexican commander, Santa Anna.
This battle lasted 2 days and was narrowly won by General Taylor.
That's how Mexico and California were captured by General Taylor. At the end of the war in 1848, the U.S. and Mexico ended the war with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, which gave the U.S. all this land right here.
Mexico gave the U.S. California, Utah, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Wyoming. This showed that Mexico recognized them as states of the U.S.
These states were added as non-slave states because the bill passed by the Northerners. So all this was caused by manifest destiny?
If people didn't start overcrowding Mexico, then the entire war wouldn't have happened. So all this because